Right. So let's go murder the shit out of a dragon.
I have questions.
I tell you I have answers, but I don't.
What are your questions? I'll try and answer them.
Why the Halo?
It feels like the end now. Soon it'll be over.
Yuna canonically isn't even dead.
500 years.
But she is angelic. She is a picture of purity.
Time is short. Every minute's precious.
Except when she suddenly
Not
isn't.
waste any.
Yeah, but that just gives depth to her character as the perfect doting wife.
Okay.
Also, I didn't have a Tidus outfit to actually give the Halo to, so I went with the second best thing.
Okay.
I'm never going to be okay with the canonical pronunciation Tidus.
It's Tidus, right?
Exactly.
In all of our minds.
But yeah, so before we go murder a super boss, it turns out we actually need to stock up on some good shit here.
Hold on a damn minute. You've got 2 Nectars of the Gods.
Yeah, you can just buy them.
But if I thought you could only have 1.
No, you could have like 10 of them if you wanted to.
Is that new in the PC version or some shit?
I see you've decided to make.
I don't think so.
I swear you were only supposed to be able to have 1.
Used for some kind of research.
Well, we got 2. Deal with.
And that was
Yeah.
not much information.
But yeah, where we're going to need potent items.
As they probably should.
Yeah.
be.
So,
No one has a clue what's going
on the subject of Tidus Tidus, how do you pronounce the thief's name from Final Fantasy IX?
Third party that
Zidane?
knows anything about.
Cool. Okay.
Anything's possible, right?
I would accept Zidane
With all his heart.
on account of there is a reasonably famous footballer of the same name.
Lost the woman
Yes.
he loved.
And also because his Japanese name is Jidan.
Or at least a version.
Well, all right then.
Or maybe. just
I
maybe
hadn't considered that angle, but
beyond our comprehension.
I called him Zidane, like the footballer, until everyone in the universe called him Zidane, and then I changed it, and then I heard the Japanese like voice from Dissidia saying it, and I was like, I was right all along.
In his peaceful little realm.
anyway, what was that about superhumans? Was it important?
I don't know. Some bullshit about soul seeds. Nobody gives a shit. Let's murder a dragon.
Anyway, we couldn't fit this guy on the overworld, so you just get a static void, and here you are.
So, the major thing to note about Aeronite, I mean, aside from the fact that he has 11 fucking million HP, is that basically everything that he does that's threatening is magic. So, as if you're immune to magic, this fight will be a million times easier.
However,
Yes, however, that doesn't mean he can't fuck your day up. Like, those that big roar he just did, that is a physical attack. If you were close enough, that would have knocked about 6,000 HP off of me.
But luckily, you know, to stand in a corner and spam thing.
further, however, this fight has takes some developments.
So, another thing to note is that when, like, before he does that roar, he does that little, like, I don't know how to describe it, but he does, basically, he casts Magnet. And if you are not in your magic immune garb, you will get dragged to him, and then you will get your ass kicked by his lightning.
I see.
So yeah, Aeronite is pretty much a return to a classic Final Fantasy 13-1 stagger race.
Yeah, like that right there, if I was not immune to magic, I would have gotten dragged right up front, right up next to him.
But luckily, you guys got the tips and tricks to make this work.
But yeah, so the other really important thing about this fight is that you are on a time limit. If you do not stagger him 4 times...
4 nested staggers.
Yeah, and you only have a couple minutes to do it, because if you don't, he will fly away and leave. And you will have to hunt him down and do it all over again.
You just wasted all of your items. If you used any items.
Yeah, also there's this. This is not magic damage, this is your dead damage.
Yeah. there's only so much that you can do about that.
Yeah, you just have to have Phoenix Downs.
I think that's that whole thing is negatable somehow, although I forget the details.
I mean, you can parry it. I did it by accident on one of my runs.
There is only one total complete bullshit "you are now dead" attack in the entire game, and even that has its niceties. But yeah, this fight is a classic. Try not to die, but also put out absolutely as much staggering as you can, and then put out as much damage as you can, because you better believe, even after you've quadruple staggered him, once he comes back up, he's just immediately gonna run away.
Right. So, how many attempts was made at this video, or did you manage to smash it first time?
I took 3 runs at this, I believe. No, 4. It took, like, 2 runs that went absolutely nowhere. I had one that I got him down to, like, fucking 500,000 health, and then he left.
This is wonderful to be working with real pros who do several runs at a thing. This is amazing.
Rather than just, you know, record all of it live and let people revel in our misery. Well, I say our misery. It's really Artix's misery.
But yeah, yeah, so this is probably my 4th attempt at it, and the first one that actually succeeded. So hey, there you go. There's the 4th stagger. You now have, like, I don't understand. Again, I don't know the timer, but you have a handful of minutes to now inflict about 10 million damage.
The 4th stagger doesn't add a specific thing to him. Like, you can see the first stagger has tagged his defense, the second one has tagged his, I forget the magic defense stat in this game, but whatever that is. The third one, I think, is that curse?
It's not curse. I don't actually know what that one is. I want to say it's they say a couple things get that, like the Chocobo Eaters always got that when they got staggered, and I have no idea what it is.
Yeah. And we've also taken the liberty of adding Imperil and further Deprotect on him.
Okay, so, you know, you've kind of fucked him up. It's now a case of just doing 2/3 of his health in damage.
Yeah. So all he can really do at this point is throw out Ruingers and sit there and take damage, and you just have to output everything you have. You will notice that we are presently spamming magic and Artemis arrows.
I'm seeing some real good numbers occasionally. Like, there are some excellent numbers.
Artemis arrows is just de facto the highest single damage output attack in the entire game.
Yeah, it's looking that way.
Now, there are other things that you can do to speed this up. Like, we could have leaned on Elementa a bit more for damage. Like, we could have spec'd for serious magic damage, and we could have gone with, like, D-Shell and Imperil.
So is Elementa just, like, all elements damage? Is that...
Yeah, it hits multiple times for various elements.
Yeah, basically, it casts Aurora, Thundara, Fira, and Blizzara all at once.
You'll notice that Artix is also presently burning ethers and spamming overclock just to get the efficiency up. We could also have used buff items, like you can take a bravery potion and a in fire, but any element buff really. That stuff becomes a bit more necessary when you're on New Game Plus, when this guy has even more bullshit defense. Like, he doesn't actually get any harder, you just have to put out a lot more damage to get it to work. So you have to pull out every stop that the game gives you. And it does expect you to pull every trick that you have.
Ironically, I think the Final Fantasy XIV garb, the Mikode dress, that's like the best way of killing him if you have it.
There are some very specific ways that you can game the damage on Magic Slash that I think only actually really works for Aeronite. I could be wrong on that though. Somebody correct me in the thread. But yeah, it's... Anyway, some certifiable professionals...
You ended it on such a beautiful outfit. Like, that is stunning.
Yeah, nice score as well.
I mean, they said, I don't know what you wanted out of me, because that was...
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, some people will fight this guy on New Game Plus in a Chaos Rift, which buffs all of his stats, including his defense and his ludicrous health, and gives him continual health regen. What is wrong with you people?
Those people like to have a good time, and they have very specific ways in which they enjoy themselves.
So, I didn't have the Steam overlay on, but if I did, you will have noted that I just got an achievement for killing him, and we get a free adornment out of it. So, you know, whatever.
It's a white mage's hat. You like white mage outfits, right? Everyone likes white mage outfits. That's why they keep putting them in the game.
You know, they're the iconic outfit after the black mage outfit, the red mage outfit, the dragoon outfit.
Don't forget the fighter outfit.
So all of which are in the game.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, this is the guy who gave us the quest to defeat this monster, so that he could confirm whatever the hell it was that he was...
Oh, just you wait, you're gonna see what he wants to confirm.
Oh yes.
Is it really powerful, like...
Gonna prove your theories. Are you gonna run tests on it?
Yes, a test of sorts. I shall take it and eat it.
Did you just say eat?
That beast came from outside this world. It is not part of the warped time in which humanity now lives. It has something that we, with our ageless lives, now lack. Thus I theorize that by eating of its flesh and making it one with my own, I may be able to
Kill this
escape
dragon
its
so I can
madness.
eat it and kill myself.
I trust you understand the implications.
You
So,
really hunt this
yeah.
thing down.
So he wants to grow old and die.
That you can grow
That's what this whole quest was about.
Precisely.
You and me both. Like, so...
As was once normal for
Can people be killed?
finally be able
Yeah.
to experience
Yeah.
it for myself.
So he could just have saved us the effort and just run into that thing.
500 years
But he specifically wants to die of old age.
past.
So
I have some bad news for your friend. I don't know if you're aware, but the world is ending in about,
Be born, and
I don't know, 36 hours?
why wouldn't I wish to also grow old and die?
I suppose, if you look at it that way, aging and dying don't seem too bad.
No, they don't. And now I'll finally be able to achieve this last great.
So yeah, that's what all of this was in aid of.
Is the taste. It
Um,
is terrible.
Yeah,
You better
your
save
priorities are
it
firmly in
for
order, mate.
life's experiences.
Hey!
Of course, I truly
Rude.
appreciate this boon. I knew that if anyone could help me achieve my dream, it would.
So yeah, this guy literally had us hunt down an ancient, legendary, otherworldly dragon
You have joined
on the off chance that eating him would allow him to grow old and die.
I was actually fully on board with it when he just wanted to eat it. Like, I was like, you know what, we all want to try new things. But eating it specifically so that you can die is a little bit...
Yeah, you could take this in the naked snake direction. It's like, hey, how does it taste?
Now my next
And
task.
that would have been enough.
Research how to best cook and consume the flesh of the beast that you hunted for me.
You tell him, cheering guy on the left.
Fully experience everything this world has to offer before I go to get a taste.
He's so happy we bought the guy some Aeronite steak.
He's like, he can finally die of old age!
Would you eat Aeronite steak, pork lift?
I'm a vegetarian, so probably not.
I see you didn't come back
But
empty-handed.
I would certainly eat something if I knew it would make me die.
Here you go. This is a little something
So,
for your hard
after that, I kind of went and just kind of wandered around for a while and found a bunch of chaos seeds.
Hey, you
And
still wanna
as it turns out, I was much closer than I thought, because there's the elixir.
100 seeds gets you pretty much the only elixir in the entire game. They're that rare. You know, except for how you can buy them from people over the internet, but you know, that doesn't count.
So what does an elixir do in this?
I believe it's full health, full EP, it revives you even if you're dead, and it might give you a couple buffs?
I don't think it gives you buffs. The big deal is that it gives you EP. Like, that's the huge thing.
May the winds of peace.
Oh, and of course, cameo garbs give you a different victory music.
I mean, not that anyone knows, because no one has ever used an elixir in a Final Fantasy game. You hoard those. And you always go, I might need this one day.
And then you burn them all during the final boss.
Yes. Unless you're playing Final Fantasy 15, where they are basically potions.
Yeah, like in 15 you can just buy fucking elixirs in shops, and it's so weird.
Yeah, I went into the final boss with 99 elixirs.
Of course, like we said, elixirs aren't actually that great. Now, mega elixirs, on the other hand, they're a lot more common, and you are very much encouraged to chug those.
Yeah. And it's just a weird change, because I don't know that I've ever used an elixir in a Final Fantasy game. Except, as you said, on maybe the final boss. But even then, I'm like, what if I need it later in the final boss?
Anyway, we so ran out of things to do that we just napped until the end of the world and equipped the obligatory
On this final day,
outfit. That is a hell of a get-up that we've got on, by the way.
This is the ultimate savior garb. This is Lightning's true form.
Except it's DLC.
This is the true light of
Yeah, it's her true form that you only get if you give us money.
That's pretty appropriate for a true form, to be quite honest.
So yeah, we offered some more Aradia, and suddenly we now have another day.
Well, it's that time again.
You'll never guess what the canonical plot explanation is for the other day.
Oh, they will. They will, because we're about to see it.
It's the most incredible thing. Also, this happens.
Yeah, we'll talk about these in a second, but yeah, the explanation for why we suddenly have another day is, it's something, alright.
I'm looking forward to it. Edge of my
So
seat.
it's day 13. That means the end of the world. That's what you said, right?
Yes, but something has changed. I don't quite understand it. The tree of life has borne more fruit.
I don't understand either, but here's the best explanation we could bullshit on short notice.
But I think this might be the lost time. We're getting it back, here at the end.
What do you mean?
The lost
Remember when
time.
I told you about the clocks? I told you how they only count to 12 instead of 13. There used to be 26 hours in a day.
But now there are only 24.
And as
2
as
hours
Artix
less.
reminded me earlier and blew my mind, this is canonical because of fucking Chronobind.
Yes.
Shows you the 13-handed clock,
Space-time,
the
perhaps.
13-point clock.
Thanks to you,
This is
I think you can
amazing.
access Aradia
So
now.
yeah, we harvested so much Aradia, and so many souls, that we fixed space-time itself, and got back the missing 2 hours from the previous 12 days.
One more day before God awakens the final
This is
sun.
actually amazing.
Just
I mean,
one
the
day.
lost time is still technically lost because the 24 hours still add up to an entire day, which means the lost the lost time is still technically lost, but we've got some of the hours back, but the time is still lost. I don't fucking know. Just give us this, okay?
Yeah, look. It's day 13. The name of it's the 13th in the series. It's just fucking leave it.
Anyway, outfits.
So yeah, look at this thing.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
So, Cross Blitz is like 3 ruins followed by a physical attack. It's okay, but it's not... The other one is much better, because it's 3 physicals followed by a Ruinga.
And it's said to be beyond both good and evil. Hear that, Ubisoft?
And then there's these. The upgraded Garbs have had their ATB and their abilities jacked up so that they're usable at the end of the game. They're still not very good, per se. Like, I mean, attack level 4 is not winning any awards no matter what you use, but...
Yeah. But if you've been slacking, this is a nice reprieve.
Or if you've not been buying all the DLC outfits.
Oh yeah. It's just some nice stuff to have.
I appreciate you guys' dedication to spending money on Britifying.
Oh, well, this is the PC version, so all that is just comes with the game.
So I think since tomorrow is the last day for real, we should go as avant-garde as possible.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh hell yes. We're going full one-winged angel. And hey, did you guys notice the brief low-key mention of the weird optional post-game super dungeon appearing? 'Cause I sure didn't miss that.